One man. Loads of the festivals in America. Yeah. Sorry. Got a great store, by the way. Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode. In this episode we're looking at some of the toys I picked up at the Sandown Toy Fair in London. This is the last one of the year and the ones before Christmas are always really good. I was helping my dad out. He's got loads of stuff from his trip to Chicago to sell on and he's got some amazing pieces. Godzilla's $6 Million Man, that sort of stuff. So here's what I picked up when I walked around. I spent about £180, £200 I think altogether. So quite a lot of money spent, but this is what I picked up. This is my first pick up of the day and probably my bargain of the day, I would say. This really cool AHI Dracula figure. So these are made in the 1970s. He is missing his jacket, but he does have his trousers, and these trousers can sometimes be most of the time they get lost. So those are okay, they just need to be stitched up again. But the figure himself, he is, as you can tell, a bit it's a bit wobbly. His leg needs to be repaired. His face needs a good clean. He's got his cape, which is really cool. But yeah, that's a really cool thing to find. Released by, I think it's AHI in the 1970s. There's loads of different companies that make these sort of figures. Mego did them, Remco did them, Lincoln did them. Yeah, its face needs to be cleaned. But if this was like mint condition, you're talking like a £200 plus figure. I think it was £15 for it. So I can't say no to that. Went to a stall, a couple of stalls next to it, and found this really funny Zippy hand puppet. Now I love Rainbow and I love Zippy, So these two things, yeah, I couldn't say no. Unfortunately, my hand's a bit too big because it is a kid's toy. Yeah, if you're not aware of who Zippy is, he is a character in Rainbow, and I went and actually met the animator, if you will, or the puppeteer, for him last weekend at a Labyrinth convention with my partner Jess. So when I saw this little hand puppet, I thought, you know what, for a couple of quid, I'm gonna put that into the pile. There's also this really cool Action Jack. Now, if you haven't seen these before, they're like little mini figures with accessories. They came out in like the 70s. I can get them out and show you the pieces you get. They're very, very cheaply made, in all fairness. But it comes with a set of like skis and ski poles and other little accessory bits like a helmet and some kind of other pieces. So yeah, nothing's majorly like expensive at all. It's not like £100 figure, but people put these online for £30 and they do randomly sell. I paid like, I think it was like 3 or 4 quid. So yeah, there's a bit of money there to be made if I was to resell. I was then walking around and I was interested in buying up some G.I. Joe figures. And there was a chap there who had some in little plastic cases, and he wanted like £30-40 because they were complete. And actually, in hindsight, they were actually quite a good price. But he had this one on his stall for a tenner. This is, I think, Sergeant Slaughter. Now, if I'm right in thinking, Sergeant Slaughter appears in both WWF Hasbro figures and in G.I. Joe. So that was really cool. I didn't realise actually this is quite an expensive figure. I thought for £10, I thought that was about average, but no, it's like a £40 figure, which is crazy. So yeah, happy to have him. Then for something completely modern, I picked up this Marvel Legends The Punisher figure from the Daredevil TV series. I like these because they're so good, really good quality. They look like the actor who's playing them. I do find that the Daredevil figures, especially from things from TV shows and films, Daredevil figures just sell out really quick. And then you're kind of like, you're paying £80-90 for them. I paid £28 for this figure, so yeah, expensive I suppose, but it's brand new, obviously sealed. Came out last week, I think, or the week before. So yeah, I'm just going to buy it because I've got the Daredevil figure and now I have the Punisher to go with it. Right, I slightly adjusted the camera because there's more toys to come, guys. So there was a guy selling random little monster figures. Now you probably know exactly what they are when you see them, but they were in like these little packets, and he wanted basically like, I think it was £1 each, but I got the whole lot, including these other bits, for £5. This guy's like a monster with a toilet head. Then this is the one that basically helped me find out what these figures are called. This is like Siren Head. This one's like a traffic light. And this one's got like flames on his head. These are relatively cheap to find. They're not expensive at all. Annoyingly, you can get like a lot of them for like a tenner on eBay. But yeah, just thought they were cool. And then I added these 2 pieces in. One is this really cool like skull. I think it's called a was it a pencil topper? Maybe it might be an eraser, but yeah, really cool. And then this one here, which is like a monstery kind of Frankenstein villain type thing. All that was a £5, so yeah, £5. I'll happily do that. It's worth a gamble. And then the first lot of Mighty Max I picked up today. This is the Mighty Max snake set. It comes with Max, or AMAX, or Blue Max, the looks of it. It comes with the what's it called? I'll show you what it looks like. So you get a Micro Max, a normal Mighty Max. They're always really hard to like find because they always get lost. I'm gonna put that one there for now. Comes with this weird scorpion thing. And then the set itself, people know, I can't remember what the set's called off the top of my head, but this is one I really liked as a kid. My friend had it and I never got it, so I've always been after it. But it opens up like a cobra, and then the set opens up like this. And you basically have a play set, which goes all the way down to like a snake pit. This bit here, it basically twists, and it reveals like there's where a mummy should be. And then the rest of the playset, basically, you have like a little secret trapdoor here, which I can never really get it to work. But then you also have this bit here. This bit here is like the chain, and it links the sets together. So like this, or something like that, like that. So you put your little figures in there and you play along with them. You have like the scorpion goes in there as well, and you have your Mighty Max figure in there. The problem is, this set was missing the actual like mummy figure, which is really annoying. I paid £20 for a set, and this is kind of about right. With the mummy figure, it's about 25 to 30. You sometimes get lucky and get these for 15 to 20 on eBay, but most of the time it's around about just about right price. So I was a bit annoyed that no mummy figure was included because the guy just didn't have it. But yeah, it's still a nice set. So I thought, well, I'll pick it up and I'll try and see if I can find the mummy figure. But stay tuned. Walked around and saw this, and this is basically 25 quid. This is a Mego Tom Baker. The reason why I picked it up, it's missing his hat, which is really annoying, and he's missing a sonic screwdriver. If anybody has those two items for sale, please reach out to me because I'd love to buy them off you. Because I want to complete him as much as I can. But he's actually in nice condition, which is quite good. He's got his shoes, which are usually missing as well. He's got all of his outfit, just missing that hat and that sonic screwdriver. If you do have them, please contact me on Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, but yeah, I'm picking up Mega figures as I go. I've got maybe like 30 Mega figures now altogether. Lots of Star Trek, lots of Marvel ones, some Planet of the Apes ones. I'm just trying to put together a bit of a collection, really. I'm not going for the DC figures right yet because they're quite easy to get hold of. But yeah, Tom Baker's really cool. I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. Tom Baker is actually my least favourite Doctor Who, which is kind of weird to say because everybody puts him as their favourite, and I can understand it. But I've just recently started watching the Blu-ray of Series 12, and yeah, he's started to grow on me again how much I love that early Tom Baker. So yeah, £25, I was happy to pay that. And then from another dealer, I got a whole bag, which I'm not going to show you all of it, filled with training cards. So you get things like, there's like Superman, some random Flintstones ones. Most of the modern stuff I don't really care for, but there is football cards, and the football cards is what I'm after. I won't go through the whole bag because it's just ridiculous. We've got some Man from U.N.C.L.E. This set used to be quite expensive back in the day, like £50 a set. But nowadays it's getting a bit tricky to sell. Yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. cards as well. I won't show you the whole bag because it'll go on forever. Paid £2 for this pack of Pokemon cards. These are the tops ones from the early 2000s. They were in nice condition, like not minty, but not bad. There's Venusaur, which is quite cool. Squirtle's always good to get. And I'm just really nostalgic for these. Paris in particular, that design is just really nostalgic for me. Even more so for some reason than the actual Pokemon cards that everybody else collects. It's really weird, but they were really popular for me because they were cheaper. So I had loads of them as a kid. Some random comics to add to my collection. These were only like, these were £6 each, but the guy gave me a deal for a tenner, which thank you very much. We've got the Flash number 177. I think this is from 1968, but it's got a really annoying somebody's name written on it. I think that's in pencil. So I'm going to try and see if I can get an eraser and get rid of it. Yeah, give it a bit of a clean. But look at the size of Flash's head. Very funny, iconic image. And then this one here is the Sergeant Furies and the Howling Commandos. So Sergeant Fury is Nick Fury, as in Samuel L. Jackson's character in the Marvel movies. Yeah, he used to be like a soldier in the Second War. He knew Captain America, that sort of thing. It's a bit weird how it's done in the movies. But yeah, this one is Triumph at Treblinka, and I think Treblinka, if I'm rightly saying, is a concentration camp. So that's quite a controversial cover to actually do. I can't believe I actually got away with doing it. So that's one of the reasons why I picked them up. There's not many big keys in the Sergeant Fury line because it's mainly just war comics. Superheroes don't really appear, that sort of thing. But yeah, I just liked the cover. I thought it was quite an interesting one, and it's one of those kind of controversial covers. So two for £10, perfect deal for me. And then I've been looking for some vintage Doctor Who figures, not vintage ones, but ones from the classic era. And this character options line is really good. Like, I think this is the best toy line currently out on the market. Marvel Legends is pretty good as well, but these are really, really good. They're kind of the same sort of scale, same sort of like where we're making them. This, I believe, is a Silurian. I don't know if this is a Silurian from the John Pertwee era or from the Peter Davison era. It's one of the two. But he was like a £5. And then my number one figure I've always wanted, and I missed the set, and I should have just bought it when it came out years ago. It's the Auton. This one appeared in Spearhead from Space. This is the shop window dummy that breaks through and, you know, chases people down the street. If you have memories of that, like nightmares of that, you know, it's one of the best episodes ever. It's John Pertwee's very first story. It's from Spearhead in Space. And yeah, this is the figure. Basically, he's like a weird plastic dummy guy. And he has a hand which opens up and becomes like a gun, like a little laser thing. Yeah, very creepy. And they did it really well. He's wearing his little boiler suit. It used to terrify me as a kid. It's like really horrific looking face where he's like really dead. Yeah, really cool to get that. That's the one I've been looking for ages, so a £5 as well. That was towards the end of the show, so that was really cool. Now I'm going to show you the lot of what I thought was Matt Mason stuff. And it's like a whole box, so stay tuned. So in this big box, there's random pieces like this. So this is a radiation truck, and I'm going to think to myself, I cannot remember when, what part of the Matt Mason line this came out of. This is actually Billy Blastoff. So yeah, really cool thing to get. I think I paid £45 for the whole lot of this box. Some random pieces for the Matt Mason line. Some more random pieces for what I think is the Matt Mason line. I think this is Zeroids, but it's only bits of them, so that's really annoying. But they're not broke, which is cool. But there's some more Matt Mason in there as well. I haven't checked this out yet, but I think this will probably be Billy Blastoff. Yeah, looks like Billy Blastoff. Some more bits, mixture of Billy Blastoff and Matt Mason. And then finally, the man himself, Matt Mason. So it's like a really weird rubbery type figure, and these figures get really dirty really easy, and the paint is so brittle it just comes off. He's not in bad condition at all. In some ways, I'll probably make my money back on just him. Usually they're really, really bad quality. I can give it a clean, but you've got to be very, very careful with it. It's because it's made of rubber. It's like a really weird bendy rubber. If you ever had Bendhams when you were a kid from like the 70s and 80s and 90s, this is what he is. Now, I couldn't go to a toy show and not pick up some vintage Action Man. Vintage Action Man is my favourite thing to find, and we got a box of it. So let's work out what exactly we got in here. Now, I paid £55 for this box. Maybe a bit too stupid of me, but we'll see. So first off, we got this 1968-69 astronaut set. You basically get the suit, the helmet, the what's it called? The communication cable, I think that's called. It's always missing. There's the gloves. There's the shoes. There's the balancing bar, but it's snapped, and there's the other bar there. That's always missing. So I need to double check with the suit, make sure everything's okay. But I think on its own, that's just like a £40 suit. So I should do okay there. And this is the annoying thing in the lot. It came with this bloody modern Action Man thing. So this is the 50th anniversary, I think. Or 60th. It's absolutely appalling, guys. they basically, the company that made it, I think they're called like Computer and Science or something stupid like that. They were just absolutely terrible at manufacturing toys, like terribly bad. They decided to basically go get an Action Man head, which looks pretty decent. I understand it doesn't have to look exactly like the 60s one or 70s one. They went and got a Ken's body because it was cheaper. These are the type of dolls they use in when they make things like One Direction dolls and rubbish like that for girls. It's just like so poor. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Got this really cool weird sleeping bag. This is not Action Man. Maybe it's Cindy or something like that. Barbie maybe, or somebody just made it. You got rifle racks. This is the first time I've actually gone through this lot, by the way. This random sword thing. If anybody knows what that is, please tell me. It's quite cool, actually. It's definitely not Action Man, I can tell you that. A rubbish little helmet. It looks like a knockoff. Oh no, original pair of Action Man jacket, if you will. A green berry, but missing the actual like badge and stuff, which is a shame. That there is a blue. Oh, it's a blue sash for the French Foreign Legion figure. Now, if anybody knows why, I don't know. I can never tell why. Why do you have the clips there? Do they clip onto like the coat or something? I can't remember what my French Foreign Legion used to look like. I only had like the lighter blue one or the darker blue one. That's got to be worth a £5 or something. You got some weapons. Some more weapons. I'm trying to get the camera to stay focused. The helicopter pilot jacket. I kind of like this outfit. It was quite cool back in the day. A random bouncy ball from the 70s. We have a German helmet, which is quite nice. He's missing his decals and he's got his lug still and he's not stretched out too much. That's good. That's a good find. That's like a £10 to £15 minimum sort of find. This is like the mortar set. You'll find things like this here, which is just like a little net. You'll find actually they do quite well with Action Man because like, if they belong to a certain set, they get usually always missing, and that could be like 10 to 15 quid. We've got like a cowboy belt. What I think is the special mission pod. Usually comes with a load of like SAS stuff, but I don't think we've got any of that in here. The lifeguard jacket, not too bad I suppose. There's the trousers for that combat set. Another helmet and another terrible cheap knockoff helmet. A pair of boots. I'm not really sure what they belong to. I don't think they're Action Man. They've got weird side things on them. Anybody know what they are? Please tell me. I think this goes together. This is the like the Underwater Explorer set, and comes with this little like fishing thing, which I think is always missing. So that's quite nice to find. And literally, there's just scraps in this bag, in this box now. A few more weapons and a few pieces. I've never seen those before. Those are like German stick grenades, but they're actually like looks like they're cheap knockoff ones. Still very cool. And then finally, last but not least, we have an Action Man with the worst moustache going ever. Yeah, he's alright. He's not a bad condition. He just needs a bit of work. Getting that stuff off is quite difficult because you can use a few things. You can use like nail polish remover. Nail polish? Yeah, that's right. To get it off, but yeah, it's tricky because it's like properly embedded in the plastic. The hair can just be cleaned and you can reflock these. So that's probably Action Man is probably worth 25 quid. Some of the bits are probably worth 10 to 15 and the rest are probably worth about 25 quid. So not much money there to be made on that, but still some good stuff, and I'll sell it relatively cheap and give somebody a bargain. Okay, the very last thing. There was one guy I went to. I said to him, do you have any Mighty Max loose pieces? Because I really wanted to complete this set. And he did. He had the mummy I needed, the Egyptian mummy thing right there. These were like, he made me a deal basically. I bought 3 figures, I can't remember which one it is, the other one was, and it was 15 quid, so not bad, because these are ones I really need. But then I went to saw Shane, and oh, he did me an amazing deal, amazing deal. I basically picked up all of these Mighty Max figures, characters. I got a really good deal, I think, of it, so thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. My plan is I have about 30 or 40 sets, all incomplete, and so what my plan is to keep buying as much of these as I can, and then trying to complete those sets. Yes, thank you very much, Shane. I really appreciate it, mate. Guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching it. What a weird haul of figures and toys. Not what most people would expect from somebody. When you go to these sort of shows, they're usually filled with Turtles and Funko Pops and Power Rangers and vintage Star Wars. But I just wanted a bit. I always like the weird stuff, stuff that falls in between the gaps. And this is kind of what I like. So yeah, some of this I'll be sending to put back into my collection, and some of it would just be going into my collection, like the Tom Baker figure, for example. He'd definitely be going in there. I've rambled on now, guys, for 20 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like. Please leave a subscribe. See you on the next video. Take care and happy hunting.